Obviously disappointing outcome, disappointing play. I look to myself and say, I got to play better. It hurts when you feel like your defense played winning football. You feel like your special teams made big plays. Felt like, run game did a solid job. I got to play better, and so take responsibility, and you go back and you're kind of, have to watch it with a really critical eye and talk about, okay, how can I make sure this never happens again? And that's the mindset. So disappointed right now. It hurts, and feel like that was a game we had a chance to win if I had played at the standard I expect to play at, and take any questions you have.
Hey, Kurt, do you think maybe it was probably a better time to kind of get a game like this out of the way heading into Minnesota?
I don't know. I don't think there's ever a good time for it. I think, whether it had been every game, I say this, it was a great performance, a bad performance, anything in between, you have to treat it as a standalone event and be able to get back on the horse and get to work the next week. And this week is no different. So that's how you approach it.
Kirk, outside of the 4 interceptions, it seemed like y'all were able to pick up chunks of yardage. The drives were lengthy. So what do you think is it outside of the interceptions in that final third that you can clean up to finally punch the ball in the end zone?
Yeah, I thought, we did fail, to get in the end zone at the end of drives, and, just a couple of those past plays that we weren't able to connect on. Each one kind of has its own reason. They did a good job in coverage, and, they do a good job mixing rush and coverage and made it hard to get points.
Kirk, on the interception you had there in the end zone, what were you trying to do there? What did you see?
Yeah, I just saw Drake mashed, and as I kind of ran up, I just wanted to, he's so good at going up, and I just thought I'm going to give him a chance to kind of go up. But it was just trying to do too much. I think I can just throw that ball away. I think, in rhythm, may have been able to kick it to Darnell Mooney as well. So you go back and watch that. But I just kind of misinterpreted where I could put the ball to Drake as trying to give him a jump ball.
I don't know how much being hot versus being cold athletically is a real thing, but the last 3 games haven't gone the way you've personally wanted them to. Do you have to do something to snap out of that? Does that sort of become a thing, or is it all separate play to play?
Well, certainly when you haven't played at the standard you want to a few weeks in a row, you do want to change that, turn it around. I've never felt, whether you're playing really well for several weeks in a row, I've never felt like the games carry over or vice versa. You just have to, perform the best you can each week. And, I think, there's plays in the Saints game, you look back, outside of the interception at the end of the game, felt pretty good about the execution. And then the Denver game, certainly, the first 2 drives felt good execution, and then just weren't able to sustain it. And then this game, certainly the turnovers.
Where do you sense this team's confidence is at this point?
Well, I feel our defense played a high-level football today, and that's the thing, is that it's team, it's complementary football, and so we all have to do it together to create the result we want. And so, I think our defense confidence should be high coming off of this game. And I think there's a lot of players on offense who played at a high level and fought really hard and executed well. So, I think there's no reason to not just get back to work and believe that we can go out and play at a high level moving forward.
Listen, you've forgotten more about the game than I know, but it seems like so much of this game is mental, right? And whether it's the double pumps, maybe a pause in the decision, for someone who's had so much success, is it a shock to the system? Is it, you don't let that doubt creep into your mind, do you?
No, I think it's just disappointing. You're just disappointed. It's hard to, feel good about it. And so you just, you got to get back on the horse and get back to work and play your best up ahead and look forward. But you don't gloss over it either. You're hard on yourself and try to learn a lot from it.
Kirk, how do you feel physically at this point, from your Achilles to your arm and everything else?
I feel pretty good. I think today, coming off the bye week, felt really good. So I would love to tell you that I'm fighting through something, but that's not the case. I think I felt as good today as I have all season.
So being a veteran, is it easier to get out of something like this than it would have been, say, 5 or 10 years ago?
Potentially. I think it always helps to have experience and to draw from that, and so I certainly have that, and potentially can help, but you got to go do it.
Kirk, on the pick six, it looked like there might have been a little miscommunication with you and the target. Could you please explain kind of what happened on that play?
No, just it wasn't any miscommunication. I think it was just a poor decision. Was trying to be maybe make too quick of a decision, be a little too decisive, if you will, and should have just let it develop a little longer, feel that, okay, it's covered, and progress was really what probably needed to happen. A little too decisive.
Coming off a bye week and having time to recharge, and now several games ahead of you, how do you not let this moment snowball?
Yeah, I think
Certainly don't want it to snowball, just considering his first 9 games of the season went 6-3. Last 3, 0-3. Touchdown to interception ratio, no touchdowns, 6 picks across his last 3 games. Obviously a big drop in his passer rating. His first game of his 13-year career with no touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Certainly not the way you want to protect the trap.